I support zoos. Now I know you might be thinking, you've seen the media, you've seen the circulating stories that talk about how badly animals are treated in captivity. I'm here to tell you that zoos serve an important purpose beyond entertainment and are vital towards the future of the animal world. I would like for you to reconsider your judgment about zoos that you had before you decided to watch this video. Zoos are important because they unite and educate our society, providing an understanding of the interdependence of animals and their habitats, and conduct conservation programs of animals in the wild, including breeding programs to introduce extinct and endangered species back into their natural environment. They store genetic material, such as sperm and eggs, that can be used in the future to produce offspring. So, in a way, today's zoos are like an ark, a reservoir of genetically valuable animals. Zoos care for animals whose habitats are in danger and who don't stand a chance without human intervention. Zoos keep them until they can reintegrate back into the wild once their habitats are stabilised. Zoos are the insurance in case something goes wrong in the wild. Black-footed ferrets have struggled with diseases and loss of prey since the 1970s. In the late 1980s, the species was declared extinct. The only ferrets that remained were brought into captivity, just 18 of them. The Toronto Zoo has participated in the captive breeding and reintroduction of the species for more than 20 years, and now there are 1,000 wild ferrets in the United States. In 2009, the Toronto Zoo released black-footed ferrets into Grasslands National Park in Saskatchewan. These were the first wild ferrets in Canada after more than 70 years. There are ferrets in Saskatchewan because zoos are taking the time to breed them, restore them to their ecosystems, and continue to monitor the populations until they become stable. The Arabian oryx was hunted for many years in the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula, but as the introduction of more effective modern hunting techniques increased, the numbers began to drastically decline in the mid-20th century. In 1962, an expedition to capture 3 of the last remaining oryx helped kickstart a breeding program at the Phoenix Zoo in Arizona. In 1972, the species was officially declared extinct, but the first captive bred oryx was released back into their natural habitat in 1981. Today, there are over 1,000 of them in the wild. When it comes to learning about wildlife, there are a few better places to do so than a zoo. Most people will never be able to see a zebra in the wild, or a panda, or even a hippo. But with 10,000 zoos worldwide, there are plenty of opportunities to get up and close with these animals. In zoos, there is usually information boards located alongside the exhibit, meaning that there is plenty to learn about that particular species, such as what habits they have, their conservation status, their typical diet, what type of habitat they would be found in, and the global terminology of where they live. In addition to this, many zoos possess classrooms. School trips can be quite common, and students will be given the opportunity to listen to zookeepers, conservationists, and various types of researchers, giving these individuals a greater understanding and perspective to these animals and hopefully establish a greater appreciation for wildlife and conservation. Most zoos agree that while it's not ideal to keep animals away from their natural habitat, it's important to know human activities have caused the problems that threaten wild animals. After all, it was us who spread the pesticides that caused the California condors to almost disappear. It was us who cut down the forests that continue to threaten Madagascar's lemurs. It was us who killed the rhinos for their horns. It was because of us that more species have become threatened in the 20th century than any other time in history. In 2014, the International Union for Conservation of Nature reported a number of more than 22,000 species at risk of extinction, almost 30% of all known plant and animal species. No matter the effort that a zoo contributes, many species will continue to disappear in the years to come. In our society, there is more critical species than resources available to help them. With zoos and their conservation programs, there's hope for the future of our wildlife. Zoos may not be the perfect solution, but allowing species to disappear is not the right answer either. Without these efforts, we are simply walking away. And that's the wrong way out, to cause harm and do nothing to right our wrongs. No matter our age, we can all contribute something to the conservation of animals. The first steps can be simple. Avoid bottled water and eat locally grown produce. If you had a chance to save an animal from extinction, would you take it?